Hey guys, welcome to MMP Music Mentorship Program. I am going to make a very important video that may seem like the most boring video ever because I'm not doing any music, but this is probably the most important video I could make because it's about saving, and I don't know if you've ever lost anything. If you have, then you know how important this video is, especially if you recorded some like crazy 60-piece orchestra or something and you didn't back it up correctly and you lost it. If you never lost anything, then this is going to change your life because you will never suffer like I have. This is just a basic saving practice that I do all the time, no matter what program I'm in, and it's foolproof so that no matter how stupid I am and how many dumb mistakes I make, I'm covered. So it's basically how to save. I got my Pro Tools session here. Say I've recorded a bunch of things and I recorded some drums. I am never going to just say save. The reason why I don't want to save is because I don't know what I've done in this section that maybe I've accidentally deleted a track. So say my session here, which I called MMP Pro Tools Save Demo. Okay, say I'm working and then while not paying attention, I accidentally delete some tracks that had audio on it. And I had no idea. If I hit save, then what's going to happen? I've lost those tracks, right? I can't get back to them. So instead, I always do save as. Whoops, not save copy in. I always do save as. Oh gosh, man. Here we go. Save as. And then instead I say, okay, I just did drums maybe. Record drums, okay? So I record some drums and then I edit the drums 2 hours later. I do not save. Instead, I save as and call this edit drums. So then later on, I record some bass and then I save as and I erase drums and I call this add bass. Okay, so what happens is when I'm done, I look back in my folder over here. And this is my session, and each time that I saved, it saves a different version of my sessions. So later on, when I find, man, I really messed the drums up in my editing and I can't get back to it for some reason, this happens all the time because I make dumb mistakes. I can always go back to that other version and maybe import those tracks or just go back to that version and start over. The other thing that it's doing is I have my auto backup set for, I think, 6 minutes. It's automatically backing up every time that it hits a 6-minute point. That's great because I don't have to completely depend on myself to do this save thing. I mean, obviously I want to do that as much as I can remember, but sometimes an hour can go by while I'm so concentrated on working on something that I don't realize that I haven't saved. So that's always back here, right? But I want to make sure that I'm saving in a different, with a different text. So here's the same thing in Cubase. It just works slightly different in that if I say save as here, we recorded the drums. And then again, same thing, save as. We recorded or we edited the drums. Didn't spell that right. Okay, so now if I go here, look, same thing with my Cubase. The only difference with Cubase is that when it does auto backups, the auto backups don't go in a separate file. They just start accumulating down here, and the file will be called BAK. I haven't opened this session long enough for it to show up, but it will. I think it's set for 6 minutes as well. These are going to just show up down here, and I leave them there while I'm working on the project all the way up until I'm absolutely finished, and I know I'm not ever going to need these backups again. The reason why I'm comfortable deleting my backups after I'm done with the entire project is that I've got all these save as's. Save as's, that sounds great. I got a lot of save as's. So that's very cool to have those all in there. Let me show you how to do that in Logic. There is one very important thing with Logic. When you save Logic, you do not want to save as a package, and those are in your settings. If you save as a package, it will just completely compile everything into one file that you can't really see what's inside. And then if you do a save as and you've got a bunch of audio in that package, it'll literally save all that audio again. So you'll basically be like duplicating all your audio and everything. So I don't save as a package. I save as individual files in a folder. And when you save as individual folders, if you don't know how to do that, look it up. Just Google like how to save Logic as a package versus files or something like that. Save it as files and it'll look like this. You see how it's not like a Logic file, it's instead a folder. Now watch what happens when I click on this. I right click on it and I say, where did it go? Show package contents. So these are where your hidden files are, especially your backup files, which are called alternatives. Okay. So if you do save as a package and you insist on doing that, then when you do your save as, don't do a save as, it's just called rename instead. So let's see, where is rename? Oh, well, it doesn't show up unless you are saving as a package. So since I didn't, I can do my save as, and I'll do it record drums. Oh, there it is. Package or folder. I want to save it as a folder, right? Not a package. So now when I go back in here, it's not resaving all the audio that I recorded in my session. It's just renaming the session. And same concept. I can just keep renaming. There's one problem with this though, in that backups in Logic will be in these here. So I have to show the package contents. This is a problem to me because it just keeps writing backups that overwrite stuff. So it becomes, unless you absolutely do this, like every time you rename it, it'll save your backup. So that's great. But if you don't do this and the entire time for days and days you keep working with the same title, it's going to be very difficult to get to your backups, because if, for example, you delete a bunch of files, those can get lost in your backup because it's basically backing up immediately. So say I like delete like 10 files, whoops, and then it backs up right away. Well, yeah, I got my backup, but my backup is saved as the files that are deleted unless I do this thing here where I've created a bunch of different names. So I hope this helps. If you don't do this or something similar, you will regret it someday. So maybe you guys have other methods that are similar to this, which is great. As long as it's generally the same, that you've got other versions. So what I do from here is I set my time machine to back up every night while I'm asleep. And those folders in Time Machine are selective. I select only the folders that I really want to back up, which is my working kind of directory. So I don't have to think about it. I'm not sitting there after work going, oh, don't forget to save. It's automatically backing up with Time Machine. And something that I use as well with Time Machine is called Time Machine Editor. See how it's set every day at 11 o'clock. So I'm asleep when this is backing up, and it's set to do that. So I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to think about it. Then later on, when I go into my folder, here's my latest album, I can go into Time Machine and go enter Time Machine. And here's my folder. Now look, this was today, but guess what? I can go back and there it is. Last night, it backed up at that time. So hope this saves you guys and that you enjoy it. All right, take care. Bye.